What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another brand new installment of Renegades Reviews, exclusively here as always on the Casa D18 Studios channel. I, of course, am your host, the Renegade JJ Williams, and today I'm going to be rounding out the Friday trilogy with 2002's Friday After Next, featuring Ice Cube, Mike Epps, John Witherspoon, Don D.C. Curry, and Clifton Powell, all returning from Next Friday. We bring back Anna Maria Horsford, who was absent in Next Friday but appeared as Craig's mom in the original Friday. And we introduce to the trilogy Terry Crews, Cat Williams, Samore, and K.D. Albert. What's going on, everybody? Thank you for joining me here as we round out the Friday trilogy on the Casa D18 Studios channel. And I hope you've enjoyed this ride of smoker stoner movies as I have. As I said during the original Friday, I am not a stoner. I don't take recreational drugs or anything like that. But I just love this franchise because the jokes are very easy for non-stoners to get. And this film is no exception, man. I love Friday After Next. A lot of people think that this is the weaker of the three. I tend to feel that this is better than Next Friday. That's my own personal opinion. What do you guys think? Which one do you think is better, Next Friday or Friday After Next? Open it up for debate. Let me know if you're watching the live stream, the premiere. Leave your comments over here. If you're watching on demand, let me know down here, man. I don't think anyone will dispute that the original Friday is the best. But out of Next Friday and Friday After Next, which one do you guys think is better? Let me know. Let's get right into it, shall we? A year has passed since the events of Next Friday, and our film opens with a robber disguised as Santa Claus breaking into Craig and Day-Day's apartment. It's 3:37 in the morning, and it's Christmas Eve. And Craig hears the commotion in the house and goes to investigate. And when he sees the robber, Craig begins to fight with him. He's trying to prevent him from stealing their stuff. They end up trashing the apartment, and Craig is calling multiple times for Day-Day to wake up. But Day-Day just keeps on sleeping. He does nothing. The robber escapes with Craig and Day-Day's Christmas presents, as well as a speaker full of their rent money. Craig finally wakes Day-Day up because they have to call the police. They call the police and they file a report. And while there, the cops discover a marijuana plant. And they very easily could run the guys in for possession of that. But they decide to just confiscate the plant and leave it be. You know, they've already been robbed. Let's not mess with them too much on this. We'll just take the plant and be on our way. Once the police leave, Craig and Day-Day Once the police leave, Craig and Day-Day are confronted by the landlady, Miss Pearly. And she tells them that if their rent, which is overdue, is not in her hand by the end of the evening, they will be evicted. She also promises to send her son, Damon, who just got home the night before from doing a 12-year stint in the jail, to pay them a visit if they don't pay. Luckily for Craig and Day-Day, they start their new jobs as top-flight security guards at a shopping center ran by Moly, who also owns a donut shop in the center. The shopping center is also the home to a slew of other stores, including the Brothers Barbecue, which is a barbecue rib joint owned and operated by Willie and Elroy, Craig and Day Day's dads, respectively. And shortly after starting their job, the power of being a security officer begins to go to Day Day's head. He begins to harass shoppers, trying to pick up on a girl who's trying to park, make her give him the phone number if she wants to be able to park in the lot, and even harassing a trio of older women who are caroling in front of the convenience store in order to spread the holiday spirit. This forces Craig to have to keep Day Day in check and reel him in a little bit. Elroy, Craig, and Day Day are out behind the restaurant and are robbed by the same Santa that robbed Craig and Day Day earlier that morning. They attempt to chase him down, but they're unable to catch him. And afterwards, Craig and Day Day are introduced to Donna and Money Mike, who operate a clothing store in the shopping center called Pimps and Hoes. Not long after being introduced to Donna and Money Mike, Craig and Day Day catch a couple of undesirables attempting to shoplift from their store. Craig and Day Day turn the perps over to the police, and Money Mike offers them a reward. Craig refuses it, though, despite the fact that they still need to come up with their rent money in order to get Miss Pearly off of their back, because it's just part of what they're getting paid to do. Just doing their job, basically. So instead of accepting money from them, Craig invites Money Mike and Donna to come to their Christmas Eve party that night. Back at the brothers' barbecue, Willie and Elroy are dressed up as Santa and a reindeer, respectively, in order to entertain some of the neighborhood kids. Willie and Elroy have problems with a couple of them, however, due to their attitudes. And when one kicks Elroy, he responds by removing his belt and whooping the child. Moly comes out and he tells Craig and Day Day to go ahead and take your lunch break. You guys have done a good job this morning. Go grab something to eat. When they go to take their lunch, a group of thugs who are the grandsons of the carolers that Day Day harassed earlier show up and try to chase after Craig and Day Day. They duck into the Pimps and Hoes store and hide, and Money Mike obliges them after they prevented the robbery of his merchandise earlier. Unable to catch Craig and Day Day, the thugs proceed to beat up Moly instead. And when Moly ends up finding Craig and Day Day having lunch at their parents' barbecue restaurant, Moly fires them for being lazy and allowing him to get beat up, even though he had just sent them on their lunch break. As a bit of revenge, Willie contacts the Department of Health, who come to shut Moly down due to his less than favorable health conditions in his donut shop. I'm not going to get too much in detail if you've never seen Friday After Next. All I'm going to say is this dude has got flies swarming everywhere in the restaurant. And that's all you really need to know. That is not the healthiest of situations to be dining in. So, like I said, Willie calls the Department of Health. They come and shut him down. That evening, Craig and Day Day convert their Christmas Eve party into a rent party and have everybody that's coming to party with them kick in a few dollars for their rent. And one of the guests who shows up is Pinky, Day Day's old boss. When they try to collect some rent money from him, little kick down, he tells them he's got something better than money. And Pinky brings in some women for Craig and Day Day to have their ways with, if you will. Miss Pearlie's grandson, Damon, is also at the party, and he seems kind of nervous and jittery being around so many people after just getting out of jail. But when Donna and Money Mike show up, Damon begins to perk up a little bit. And when Money Mike goes to the restroom, Damon follows him in, and Damon attempts to sexually assault Money Mike. But Mike finds a pair of pliers attached to the toilet and clamps down on Damon's testicles. While all this is happening, Willie needs to use the bathroom. If you've seen either of the other two Fridays, you know when Willie gotta go, Willie gotta go. And it ain't pretty. Don't nobody go in the bathroom for 45 minutes. So Willie goes downstairs to use Miss Pearlie's restroom. Problem is Miss Pearlie has the hots for Willie. So when Willie emerges, Miss Pearlie attempts to seduce him. When Betty, Craig's mom, finds out that Willie went down to Miss Pearlie's to use the bathroom, she goes down there and catches Miss Pearlie trying to seduce her husband and beats Miss Pearlie up. When Money Mike tries to turn Damon over to Craig, Craig refuses to take control of the pliers, which allows Damon to get free and proceed to chase Money Mike all over the neighborhood. And we don't know if Damon ever catches him. During the credits scene, we just are told that Damon is still chasing Money Mike. Craig and Day Day then spot the Santa and ambush him at his hideout, which this sets off a chase around the neighborhood as well. And Craig and Day Day finally catch the man that robbed them twice after he's accidentally hit by Pinky's limo. Our movie draws to its end with Craig and Day Day retrieving their presents and the speaker with their rent money from the Santa robber's hideout, tying the robber up for the police to find. And when they return to their apartment complex, Craig ends up hooking up with Money Mike's girlfriend, Donna. Miss Pearlie tries to call the police to report the party, but when they show up, Craig and Day Day give them more of that weed as a bribe, and they take off on their way. And our film comes to its conclusion. Everything is worked out. Everyone lives happily ever after, at least until the next movie, if it ever comes out. Last Friday has been in development hell for years. Years. And with the passing of Johnny Witherspoon and more recently Tiny Zeus Lister, it's a big question mark if it's ever going to get made, because Willie and Debo are two huge pieces of the Friday puzzle. And with them not being there, and Chris Tucker being forever in limbo if he's going to come back and be Smokey or not, it's just a big, big question mark. But Friday After Next it's my second favorite in the franchise. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. And it's a solid Christmas movie as well. You know, it's not your typical ho, 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 It's a Wonderful Life, Miracle on 34th Street, Christmas Carol, type of Christmas flick. It's definitely different. It's a hood Christmas movie, but it's funny. And the way Day Day acts when he puts on that security suit, top flight security of the world, Craig. I still say that to my friends on a regular basis. And we all fall out laughing, especially since I used to do event security. Like, I used to do a job similar to that. I never took it near as serious as Day Day does, but, still, we're top flight security of the world, Craig. I just adore Friday After Next. When it comes to my rating of it, 4 stars. The original was 5. Next Friday only got 3. This one gets 4 for me. It's definitely leaps and bounds better than Next Friday, again, in my own personal opinion. I feel like Day Day really came into his stride in this one, Mike Epps. I feel like almost that in Next Friday, Mike Epps was trying too hard to replace Smokey. And in this one, he just let things come a little bit more naturally. You know, Day Day was definitely still annoying with his whole top flight gimmick, but it was so over the top that it was funny. Whereas a lot of Mike Epps' stuff and Next Friday, I just felt fell flat. What do you guys think of Friday After Next? Let me know. If you're watching the premiere, the live stream, leave your comments over here. If you're watching on demand, leave your comments down here. I will get back to you, and I might even read 1 or 2 of them off on April 29th when I do this month's edition of Renegade Recap live. Once again, that's April 29th, 12 p.m. Pacific time, 3 p.m. Eastern time. Let's get out there on the social media, everybody. Let's get those hashtags trending. Hashtag Casa D18 Studios, hashtag Renegades Reviews, hashtag Renegade Returns, and of course, the ever popular hashtag Shenanigans. We interrupt this episode of Renegades Reviews for an important announcement about
merchandising.
Merchandising? What's that?
Merchandising. Come, I'll show you. Merchandising, merchandising, where the real money's made.
Make sure you go over to teespring.com/stores/Jeff Meacham Network for all the t-shirts you see here from the West Coast professor, Jeff Meacham himself. You can get shirts for the Jeff Meacham Network, Talk Wrestling, as well as the red and gold Meachamania shirts. And while you're there, don't forget to get your shirts of the Casa D18 Studios Brotherhood, the Dads on Wrestling shirt, the Renegade JJ Williams, Statboy Sports Bar, and the hashtag Statboy Approved shirt. Make sure you go over to teespring.com/stores/Jeff Meacham Network and score your shirts today. Make sure you do what that commercial just told you. Go to teespring.com/stores/Jeff Meacham Network. Get you all your official merchandise of the Jeff Meacham Network. Your Jeff Meacham Network logo t-shirts in 3 different designs: the Royal Rumble inspired logo, the Back to the Future inspired logo, the LA Kings inspired logo. Get you your Meachamania t-shirts or tank tops. Summer is around the corner, so you might prefer a tank top for the heat. Get you your Talk Wrestling shirts, or get you your official t-shirts of the Casa D18 Studios Brotherhood. Statboy Sports Bar, hashtag Statboy Approved. Dad's Not Always on Wrestling, or my very own Renegade JJ Williams, also available in t-shirts and tank tops if you're looking for something for the summer. But get out there, purchase one of our t-shirts or tanks, support us. Thank you guys for watching and joining me here as I discussed the Friday trilogy. I greatly appreciate each and every one of you tuning in, whether it was on the live stream or on demand. Leave your comments below as always. I will get back to each and every one of you. I appreciate each and every one of you, and I will see you guys next time.